Welcome everybody. We are live and ready to rock and roll. Do a little bit of Svenzone, Starfinder and Svenzone. We have with us, as usual, our awesome players. Um, Before we go through our introductions, I'm going to have Jingo read us, uh, remind us what happened last time we played. So Jingo, take it away. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So those of you on the stream can see the fight in the museum picture I threw up and the picture of the Akeshi that was included in there. Those are the you can see that elemental there in the picture of the image of the fight. The Akeshi are these little short guys. They're about 2.5, 3 feet tall, little lizard men. They shoot blood out of their eyes to confound and uh, make their give their opponents the heebie-jeebies. That's the official term for it. All right, now that I finally got my high-speed stream to pull up, let's do a little sound check. Thank you, thank you. And so that was Miss Roberta. How are you tonight? Guys, they're about 2.5, 3 feet tall, little lizard men. They shoot blood out of their eyes to confound and give their opponents the heebie-jeebies.
Ooh, and I got my Christmas shopping done before Christmas Eve. Look at that.
All right, now that I finally got my high-speed stream to pull up,
is that even allowed?
Sound check.
For the last 2 years, I've done it on Christmas Eve.
Thank you, thank you. And so, all right, so I'm just waiting for the stream to catch up to me. Guys, they're about 2.5, 3 feet tall, little lizard men. They shoot blood out of their eyes to confound. I cannot hear her. Interesting. Let me see what I did wrong. High speed stream to pull up.
Is it really that important to hear the rest of us if we can hear you?
Yeah, I would venture to guess yes, it's very important to hear you guys on the stream.
It would be so much more fun if you couldn't. We were just talking to each other. Hey, new plans.
All right, so let's see. So go ahead and introduce yourself there, Kendrick.
I'm Kendrick.
Is it really that important to hear the rest of us?
Hail from the West Coast.
Cool. All right, awesome. And then, of course, we have Bobby with us. Bobby, how you doing tonight?
I'm fine. Oh, hold on.
And you also heard from Jingo already. Jingo, how's the Ship of Fools sailing along?
Getting ready to launch again. Sometime middle of next month, we'll be doing a Saturday morning stream.
Very nice. That is awesome. Speaking of Jingo and the Ship of Fools, thank you so much for the subscription. That is awesome. I appreciate you very much. Anybody else who's interested in subscribing, Amazon Prime members can do it for free. Also, feel free to follow. Go to YouTube and check us out there as well. I appreciate you guys doing that for us. So don't forget, you do have the stream elements. Anybody watching, including the players, can use those Svenzone particles. And you can use those Svenzone particles to make me do stuff and also help out the monsters, which is how I prefer you use them. But if you really want to, you can also heal and help out the characters as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get rolling here. Let's get things going. I am very happy to say it looks like my computer is not exploding that much tonight. So fingers crossed, it'll continue to work that way. We've had a couple technical issues the last time we streamed. It sort of cut off.
What the dog doing?
So we have Engorgio in the house asking for Parker. Parker was just chilling with my daughter who had come in to say hi to him. And so he is wondering, looking at me inquisitively, why I'm saying his name. You redeemed Parker, so I'll grab him in just a second as we get rolling here. So let's go ahead and pull up the map. Anything anybody want to add to the refresh, the message of the day?
I have nothing to add.
All right, so we will get rolling here. You guys had, there we go. Yeah, so you had run into, let me go ahead and share this, share the map. I think I have everything up to where you guys can have party vision on. Kendrick, are you able to see the map?
I can see most of the map, yes.
Okay, good.
I recognize this room, so yes. Something similar. Very similar.
All right, so can the stream, even though I don't have a player on the stream. Excellent. All right, so let me grab Parker real quick. So as you're looking at the map, you will see here that you guys have moved into, most of you are in the rooms. This is a museum. So as you're looking at it, for those of you on the stream or anybody else who isn't caught up, this is a museum. This is the lower floor. The exhibits behind Orindor over to the east. Several of them have been broken into and ransacked. We're in the process of being robbed. When you killed the little Akeshi lizard guys who were stealing from them, you had then moved over into this bottom section into the southwest here. That's being reconstructed. Not reconstructed. It's being renovated. So the floor is torn up, being retiled, and right next to Orindor is a bubble. Well, in that bubble is normally this solar adapted air elemental, and they use it to go down to the surface of the planet, and it has a camera attached to it, as you saw in the picture before. It got let loose and was sort of annoyed and wanted to get back into the thing. Luckily for them, the party didn't just start shooting it. One of them cast a spell and was able to talk to it and determine what it wants. They still haven't done it yet, put it back in his home, but it's not attacking. And you guys are looking into, right in front of Orindor, that big white line, swervy line is big glass type. It is a not see-through, transparent aluminum, and so you can see into the lab. Normally, the visitors to the museum can come and watch the scientists study what they find on the surface of the sun and the different fab things. The terminal right next to him over here can be used by the visitors as well to operate these arms that are in the laboratory that go along this track, which is the dotted line. Inside is Vatic, the one of the Akeshis in this suit, and he was using the arms to attack people and keep people out of the room while he was doing what he was doing. He casts magic missile. Mirror image, same thing. And there we go. Here's the image. That's him. He casts mirror image. You guys have since destroyed all but one. And he has made it very clear that, hey, he doesn't really want to fight. He was paid to do a job, and now he just wants to leave. And so far, Doc, Twitch have denied him his liberty and have kept him captive in this room against his will. So,
I want to ask him, who hired you?
Right? What was the job?
So that is where we left off. Loki's out in the other room, running up around the corner and catching up. Little Beaker is out in the other room as well. And that's where we left off. Give me just 1 second. We are at the end of the round with Vatic. It is his turn, and that is where we'll pick up. Actually, no, we're at the start of the round, sorry. I forgot that the player view looks a little different. Start of round 6 since this whole thing started. So it's been a pretty quick, less than a minute since this whole thing started. And the players have been busy. All right, so give me just a second. All right, Ngorgio, there you go. Here's Parker. He's not very happy that he was moved from his bed. He was just about getting comfortable, all curled up and such. But hey, it's for the fans, Parker. You have no choice. He's not buying it. All right, here he is. All right, so Vatic had said last week, or had said already that he was a mercenary. I'm a mercenary and I don't. Confidentiality goes with the territory. I can see by your badges you guys are with the Midnight Corps. You know how that works. I go blabbing my mouth. I don't get a job again. I just want to leave.
Well,
And he's going to try to get around Doc. I presume you are trying to prevent him from doing so?
I am.
All right, so it is a acrobatics check for him to go through another person's square. He has, beyond the arms, while you guys were in the other room, he has yet to do huge amounts of damage to anybody in here.
That's okay. I already have huge amounts of damage.
All right, so I'm looking up the rules. Tactical.
If he's going to try to rush past me, does that provoke an opportunity attack?
Here it is. All right, Ngorgio, say goodbye to... Huzzah, Parker. Okay, here we go. I do have the...
You know what? I don't have a melee weapon, so it doesn't matter.
There we go.
Smack.
You just stick your foot out and trip him as he's running by.
That's right.
I do. He's right here, watching over me as I play. Okay, so give me one more second. I wanted to check one other thing. My new birthday present, Starfinder rulebook, paperback edition, $19.95 at your local bookstore. Definitely worth it. Also has all the errata, so I also have the big giant $60 hardcover. But the only, well, not the only, but one of the negative drawbacks to this is that the text is small. But so those of you who like having big old text, may not work.
For those of you who are old and require glasses.
Me,
You know, those two do not have to go hand in hand. Because
They
we
do
got
for me.
glasses does not mean we're old. Because we're old does not mean we need glasses.
Well, yeah, I don't consider myself old, and yeah, I wear glasses.
Okay,
All right.
there you go.
Well, I've worn glasses since I was 10, so maybe even earlier than that.
I've got you beat. I had eye surgery at 2.5 and have worn glasses since.
Wow.
I don't remember not wearing glasses.
Yeah. So it says it is possible to use the tumble task of the acrobatics skill to move through a square occupied by an opponent.
Is there something I can do to oppose that, or do I just set the DC with my level?
So how that works is, as long as you are not encumbered or overburdened, you can use your acrobatics to move through a spare space threatened by an enemies or enemies without provoking attacks of opportunity. It's a move action, and you move at half speed. The DC is 15 plus 1.5 times the opponent's level or CR. So it's just a basic check. You can go through an opponent's space. The DC is 20 plus 1.5 the opponent's CR. And if you are curious, if you go to the, I'll show you here on stream. If you go to skills in the new underneath the new character drop down, it is not here. Okay. It is, if you open up your character sheet, and click the piezo symbol next to acrobatics. Some year, if you're ever bored and waiting for someone else to take their turn, you can click through these skills. Click on the piezo symbols of your skills, especially ones you have ranks in, because I think you might be surprised at all the different things these skills do. And tumble is right there under acrobatics. Open up the piezo symbol, and it'll tell you everything. Everything I just said is all right there. The only thing missing is the soundtrack. I'll tumble for ya. I'll tumble for ya. All right. So, as Vatic hums Boy George, let's see what he rolls. He's actually going to go around you, so it's 15. Your level is 3, so it would be 1.5 of 3 is 4, so it's 19 DC. He is not, let's see, skills. He is not trained in acrobatics, so you've got that bonus. Okay.
I picture a guy going down on his knees like he's acting like a kindergartner, first learning how to do his first somersault.
That's right.
See if
Yeah,
I
it's
can
like,
roll.
He's you hear a crick in his neck as he hurts his back as he fails miserably. I'm not even going to bother looking up what happens. I believe you stop at the first square where you're attempting to go through. But I'm not even going to bother with that. So that does take an action. I believe I'm going to say he does because he rolled a 1. So he's pretty much done with his turn.
He falls in slow motion, Tim Conway style.
Yes. All right, Orindor, he's going to move around. So his speed is tiny. Are you double moving?
Oh, that's right. I am. His speed is only 20. Yes, he'll double move.
Okay. I said tiny. I don't know. It's like 25 or 20. I'm not sure what
I
it is.
think it's 20.
But all right, so he
I'm
double
pretty sure.
moves.
I'm pretty sure Starfinder is brutal like that. Yes, 20.
He's a little guy. He's got little legs. All right, Doc, it is your go. So, what would you like to do?
Is he laying prone on the ground?
No, he just failed at life, and so he's scampered back and is sort of standing there frustrated. He does have.
I'm going to look down at him and say, friend, there are a lot of my friends between me and you, and the rest of them aren't as accommodating as I am. I suggest you quit before you're dead. And I'm going to try to intimidate him, even though I'm not very good at intimidation.
All right, give me that roll.
And I kind of lean over him. And I'm a big, heavy set, hairy kind of guy. So I'm try to be as menacing as possible, which isn't very.
He had a boss looked a lot like you at one point that he took care of, so he's not really intimidated by you. It was an impressive roll, but his was a little bit more impressiver.
Impressive.
I approve.
That is not a word.
It is expert wordery.
All right, so I'll say that takes one of your actions, whether it's move or standard, if you want to do something else.
Wordery is the art of wording when words fail. All right.
I tapped on one, but look, it's not
I
playing.
don't really have anything else, and I'm hurt pretty bad.
Connected to my speaker.
I will pull out my pulsecaster pistol and say, "You leave me no choice," and I'm going to shoot him.
All right, so he gets an opportunity attack against you.
Fair enough.
It's bedtime.
Ouch.
Go ahead and roll your attack as well. There's no minus. He just he hits you.
But he does have an image. We have to determine whether or not I hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I missed anyway, so it doesn't matter.
All right, so but he does not miss. He stabs. He's like, I don't know why you're making me do this. Just get out of the way. Anything else?
No. Doc goes real pale at that.
All right, Loki, what would you like to do? The door is ajar, open in front of you. You can see Doc and
Um,
you see this thing trying to get away. You can hear him as well.
did I see him stab Doc?
Yes, as he saw him try to go around him, and Doc stopped him, and then Doc went to shoot him, and he stabbed him, and he said, "Why are you making me do this? Just get out of the way."
Well, I'm gonna shoot him for stabbing my friend.
All right, so you have a minus. He has partial cover, so you can click on P cover down below, or just hit a -2 in your modifier as you go to hit him.
Okay, cover. Let's see if this is gonna work. Computer's running so slow. I tried doing updates on it, and I might have to ask you to roll for me, Smith. Computers.
All right, then roll for Q. I can. Let's pull your sheet up. Action. Click the little P cover button and laser azimuth pistol. Here we
Yes.
go.
Roll 20, Smith.
Almost. It was a 1. So I actually forgot in all the excitement. So let me go back for a second. Let's check what. Oh no, it wasn't a Vatic. When Vatic rolled a 1, it wasn't a attack. It was just a skill check. Yours was an attack. So let's roll a percentile. You want below 67. You got a 91. I'm sorry to say, sir.
Oh, well.
All right, so this is a ranged crit. We will have Kendrick roll for you. Did you get the chart in the middle of your screen?
No. Oh, him?
Just click on the roll. There should be a roll. No, I was talking to Kendrick. I'm letting him roll for you. All right, since he's not doing anything right now. All right, so Ricochet, your attack ricochets off your target and comes back at you. Make an attack roll against yourself at double the range to your target. So that's 20, so 40. Your laser pistol, I think, has a lot more range than that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's an 80-foot range. Holy shnikes, and laser pistols are crazy. All right, so it's a straight attack. I'm still going to give you the -2.
Shoot myself.
You rolled a 1 against yourself. So this thing ricochets off some reflective part of his armor and comes flying back and slams into the door. And a freak accident. I need to change the color of my dice before I kill myself. Did you want to move or anything else?
I can't even. I don't even have the map up to see where I would want to move.
All right, so you're 20 feet from the guy. Doc is in front of you, and you're right next to the other room. Are you able to see Discord? Can I put it in Discord for you?
I have it on my phone.
Yeah, I don't know if that will work.
We could try.
Right. So we'll just leave where you are for now. Let me know when you get back in. All right, so
I'm back in. I just don't have the map up.
There you go. Did you get it?
Okay. It's going to take a minute.
All right,
My
so
computer
just
is
let me know if you want to move when it comes
not.
back up. And meanwhile, Twitch, it is your go. You saw this laser beam go zipping about the room. What would you like to do?
So I'm gonna ask. I'm asking Vatic. Did you finish what you came here? I mean, did you complete what you came here for? And is it really worth dying to keep it secret?
Yeah, the job's done.
And is it worth dying to keep it secret? Why not just tell us what it was? You won't have a reputation to protect if you're dead.
So give me one of the charisma rolls. I believe, off the top of my head, diplomacy, bluff, or intimidation, I think. Persuasion, one of
Well,
those.
I have 0 in all of those, so it doesn't matter which one.
Boy, he's rolling
Okay.
rocks for the will save. It's like, this particular job may not be worth it, but my reputation is everything.
So be it.
This guy looks smart. Ask him. I'm sure he can figure it out for you.
I'm going to attack him with my club. Oh, I guess I better highlight him before I attack. Oof. Well, dang it. Swinging away. Missed his head like a baseball. Damn.
All right, top of the next round. To you, Doc. What's the phrase?
All
Physician,
right.
heal thyself.
I'm looking for what I can do in that regard, and I'm really kind of limited. Let me see. Thought I had some serums of healing, but I am showing none. All right. At this point, I think it is best if I'm going to take a guarded step back away from him. And I'm going to give Beaker is going to move. I'm going to give my action to Beaker as well.
All right.
He's going to move in there. Give me a second. I'm trying to remember where they put him on the character sheet now.
He's under gear, and then
Under
companions or something
allies.
like that. Allied, yeah.
Allies. Combat maneuvers are full actions, are they not? Or are they
Majority of them
standard?
are, yes. It depends on the combat maneuver, but majority of them are, yeah.
What is his move? I think it's better than 30. It is. Where is it? It's 40. He's going to hide under that console there. Just a sec.
right, and if you're referring to his personal combat maneuver that he does, it should say in theory somewhere on his character sheet where the piezo symbol is. There should be one that tells
I
you what it
see.
does, and it should say what kind of action it is. All right, so that is you. Twitch.
It just says I can use my acrobatics bonus instead of my attack roll when using a dirty trick, disarm, or combat maneuver.
Okay.
So
Disarm. Okay, gotcha.
he was going to do a trip, but not this round. This round he hid under the desk.
I say nothing else to him. It sounds like he's willing to die for his reputation. So I swing at him with my club. This time I make purchase. And ow. And I smack him pretty good.
You could just let him go.
No. Not unless there's a bounty for him. Do I know if there's a bounty for him? I could pick up a quick buck or two.
At this point, I would say let him go. He's not going to tell us what we want unless we torture him, and then he probably won't anyways. There's really no value in keeping him.
And the answer to your question is you don't know off the top of your head. You could easily find out with your background, but it would take you accessing the infosphere.
Okay. All right, fine. Run, take your cowardly little self away.
And it says combat maneuvers are a standard action, so it's not a full action. All right, so you smack him with your club, bonk. You do anything else?
Nope, I told him to take his cowardly self and scurry.
All right, so Orndor is
We
going
can,
to
one
be
of us with
next.
computers can see if we can figure out what it was that he was screwing with and sending.
All right, Orndor.
Someone should put the air elemental back.
And there you go, Doc. If you want to put that in a hotkey somewhere that talks about combat maneuvers in general, as if you look all the way down. All right, Orndor, what? That's you, Jingo.
Ah, Orndor. Just gonna step on in.
Now, remember, you guys do have the option for non-lethal. All of your electrical, static arc pistols, and stuff like that do non-lethal anyway. I'm not sure about the club. I'd have to look at it. But if something does lethal damage, like a laser beam, it's a -4 to hit. But then if you hit, it will do non-lethal. if you just want to knock this guy out. All right, so
Second,
Orndor runs in.
I'm looking over his stuff real quick. Yeah, he'll go ahead and use the Pulsecaster pistol, which I believe has a... Yes, it is non-lethal.
Welcome, Atomic Hero Squad.
I don't see him though, do
I
I?
didn't hear your thing. Let me greet you properly here.
I can't see him from where I'm at. So he's just gonna move to there. Actually, he's gonna stop short and block the door, and then just turn there.
All right, so is he? So he's closing the door then?
Yes.
All right, so he's closing the door, standing in front of it.
Yep.
All right, thank you for redeeming the drink water.
Oh, you're so welcome.
That is the last time I am going to use this bottle. I usually refill them, but I've had this for about 8 or 9 months, so I got a new bottle.
Ew.
Ta-da! So I'll now be using this one. I know you guys are really excited about this stuff. This is why people tune in. So the hard-hitting news and interesting topics. Vatic is going to take off. All right, so he has that speed. He's going to go running. 5, 10, 15. 30. All right, so Loki, he did go running right by you. Did you want to take an opportunity attack?
Hit him with my club as he runs by.
Hey, Doc Dade has a fan in the chat. Welcome, welcome. And the biddies, holy shnikes, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm being stalked.
Martian Cat is also a streamer. She does the similar, sort of like a choose your own adventure type book thing. It's a phone app, if I'm not mistaken.
It is. It's called Choices. And she does a little bit of voice acting stuff.
That she does, and she's actually really good. I enjoyed watching it a couple times. I've been able to catch it. For some reason, she's not stream while I work and stuff, so I don't see her as much as I would like to, but definitely check her out. Give her a follow. She's good people. And he may hate me forever for saying this, but she puts up with Jingo, so you got to give her some love for that.
Just like I put up with you. What?
She keeps me in line.
Well, unfortunately, Roberta's not that powerful. I fight her too much to have her keep me in line, but she does put up with me. and all my weirdness. All right, so Bobby, I did not hear your response. Is Loki gonna take a shot at Vatic as he runs by?
I'm gonna swing at him with my club. You'll have to roll it for me.
Okay.
My fantasy grounds is frozen.
All right, and while I have it up, I am gonna look real quick. The damage is analog, archaic, bludgeoning. So I presume it's lethal because it doesn't say non-lethal. So. All right, so he's gonna do a quick little. Well, no, he's not, because so he could have tried to do an acrobatics again to get around this guy without provoking opportunity attacks, but that reduces your speed in half, and he does not want to do that. So he's just gonna hope the guy misses. And Loki swings. Whoosh, it's a 12, 2 ones, an 11. So twice as good as you did last time. And he looks up and sees Orindor at the door and says, "Come on, one little guy to another. Just stand aside." And he's going to move up. Orindor, are you going to let him pass by you?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So you sort of step aside. He grumbles and opens the door, and that's pretty much all he can do is just get through the door. So he is still officially adjacent to you, or I should say they, because there's two of him, are officially next to you still.
All right. Hold on.
And Loki, it is your go. So the guy ran past you, and just outside the door, he's about 20 feet away from you to the south, and Orindor is between you and him. He's right next. They're right next to each other. I heard a sound, but could not understand what you were saying.
I said I'm not going to do anything.
Okay. All right. So you're sort of looking around, making sure these robot arms aren't starting back up. Orindor, you can see that the air elemental has pretty much gone back to where he was, sort of up in the air. It's above the information booth. There's a little electronics and things up there that he's sort of hiding in. Doc Dade. You hear him scampering out.
Doc Dade is hurt really bad. He's not going to be doing much of anything. Beaker is just going to follow him. Kind of like,
Okay.
just watch where he goes.
I'll let you go ahead and finish moving him. He was weird on my screen for a second, so I moved the token so I could see him better. I'll let you move him where you want to. Twitch.
Okay, so Twitch is gonna move, so that I'm next to Doc, and I have a serum of healing that I will use for Doc.
Gonna use it on yourself. Really slow.
No,
like.
I'm not. Why would I use it on myself? I have nothing. I'm not even hurt.
Just
So it does
just to
2d4.
harass Doc.
Do I
It
just
does.
roll a 4-sider? 2 of
No,
them?
you should have. Let me see. Twitch. What kind of game master? Yeah, just roll 2d4.
I don't know. What? Okay.
5. Nice. Okay. So those of you watching at home yelling at your computer screens, yes, I know. Healing serums are normally 1d8. However, I despise getting 1 point of healing from a healing serum. So therefore, I've changed them to d4s in this system. Alright, so he heals up. He's now only down 15. He has 7 hit points now.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, Orendor. This guy is right next to you through the open door on his way out.
Orendor will turn towards this guy and say, let me tell you about the time you almost got away. See where my spells. Here we go. And he will bring his hands together and fan out his fingers. And let's see here how this works here. Let's see. 15-foot cone. Oh, yeah.
Now, does this spell say it can be cast in melee?
Let's have a look. Let's see.
So Kendrick sent you a message in chat.
2d8 in a cone. Fire 1 standard action. Cone shape burst. Instantaneous. You collect the heat generated by nearby bodies and vent it outward in a thermal wave, dealing 2d8 fire damage to creatures and objects in the area. That's all it says. I don't see why it wouldn't provoke an attack of opportunity.
All right, so
It does not in any way say that it doesn't.
yeah, so it's typically the last sentence. So for example, Jolting Surge, again, this is mostly for people at home. Jolting Surge specifically says casting this spell doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity. So if the way I like to explain it for people who don't play D&D and aren't jaded by D&D is if you think of like Doctor Strange doing these somatic movements, waving his hands around, somebody sees you doing that and they're right next to you in range where they can punch you in the face, they're going to try to do that and break up your spell. So that's what he's going to do. If he hits, then it does break up the spell. He loses the spell, and he's out of luck. The other option he has, though, before you do this, is to take a 5-foot step back and then cast a spell if you want. Would you like to do that first?
If I do that, I'll catch Beaker. So no, I'll take the opportunity attack.
Okay.
He better make this.
And there are, of course, feats that can be taken later to help against this. All right, so he's barely paying attention, so I'm going to give him, plus he's attacking through the door, so I'm going to give you a -3 to hit. And he does not hit, so he's sort of running past. He sort of catches out of the corner of his eyes. He goes to turn, sees you waving your arms, and sort of slices his blade your direction, but doesn't come close. Go ahead and do your spell.
Let's see here. Overheat blast. Let's start.
What?
Well, that's all I got.
All right, I wanted to check something real quick. And by the way, it's too late. I'm not gonna worry about it. He is an Akeshi. I could have sworn they were like Twitch, resistant to fire, but I do not see it. So, all right, so that all that damage goes through as you blast into it. And it's his turn. All right, so he goes running over to the door.
Was he next to me?
He is next to you, yes.
Can I shank him?
You can try, absolutely.
Ooh, nice.
All right. Determine whether or not I got his last image. I don't know how you do that.
All right, so I'm just double checking to make sure. Yeah, it says randomly determined to see whether a selected target is real or figment. All right, so roll a 12-sider. Odd, you hit him. You hit him.
I slash him as he runs up.
All right. What in the world did I do? Moving all janky, illegally. All right, so he sort of fumbles, and you see him hit a couple keys. These doors had been locked, and now they are unlocked. And as he opens the door, there's a dude standing there. Hold on. Give me 30 seconds. I'll tell you when to start counting. Data. Okay, you can start counting now. As he opens the door, you guys see so Kendrick, go ahead and explain what they see.
See an average-sized man with a fairly decent haircut. Looks like it's really nicely gelled and spiked, and a metal staff. Looks a little oversized for him. And beside him is, at the moment, rolling, since we're inside it, on wheels, a reasonably sized battle droid. Or excuse me, a droid.
All right, and
Other than that,
although right now you wouldn't be able to tell, why are there? Oh, that's because it's mirror image. All right, now you wouldn't be able to tell. The small droid, as it moves along, is very quiet. Doesn't make hardly any noise. And so Vandrick opens the door, looks up. He's like, sort of slump a little bit, like, come on, how many of you are there? You gonna let me by? And he's gonna try to move around. So as he
I'm not
moves
quite
here,
sure I understand why are you asking me?
as he moves here, he does provoke attack of opportunity. Give me you responded to. You were supposed to meet people here. You were really early, so you had come, and we're just gonna wait. You found the doors unlocked, which surprised you. So you figured you may as well wait inside. And so this is, you open the door and this little thing comes up. It's a small little 2.5 foot red lizard in a helmet.
No,
You saw the
I
picture.
was responding to him, not to you. I was saying I don't understand why you asked
Yep.
me.
So he's like, just being polite. And he goes, moving again.
Do I hear anything from the other room that would indicate that I need to do anything else? I don't remember anybody yelling for him to stop or anything while I've been right here.
No,
Okay.
there hasn't been. There's these doors. I'm trying to think of what these doors look like. These are actual. I would say, as he opened the door, you see these flame. Just the end of these almost like the ripples of heat come. It's clear the little halfling across the room from you had just cast a spell. You see there's way up in the top. You see there's a air elemental. A fire elemental. I don't know if you looked at the picture I shared at the beginning at all, but that's what it looks like. But at this point, and you see this guy, there's two of him. I don't know if you've ever seen a mirror image before or not, but there's two of him running by you.
I will raise my eyebrows as I let this thing scurry past me, and I step into the doorway and look at everybody, or anybody that I can see, which is just a couple of people right now, right?
Actually, Orndor is the only one you can see.
Okay. Well, then I just look at him. And is there a name for this group? I'm sorry. I probably was told by Midnight Core, but I don't remember.
Yeah, the Midnight Core 7.
Great original. Are you? Yes. My name is Will. This is Robot. Sent here to meet with the Midnight Core 7.
You were told to check in with Doc Dade.
They Doc Dade?
All right.
Orendor will say, yes, we have a dockade.
All right. So is anybody else going to do anything in the next 6 seconds with Vatic?
No, let him go.
All right. So my Flintstone running Foley work. He takes off out the door and he's gone. And that with that, you guys are out of combat. Let me unlock the tokens.
Speaking of tokens, how do I put mine on here again?
You should
You need
be.
to put it on initially, or should I be able to do it?
It should be there, isn't it?
Is
Don't you
now.
see it?
I see it now. It wasn't before.
Okay, sorry. It was. So there you go.
Yeah, now my vision has changed. Very good. All right, perfect.
All right, so you guys are out of combat. Let me go ahead and pull you out of combat. So it's Orendor. Don't forget, you guys do have communicators. You know that you can't communicate with outside this building yet because you've tried, but you can communicate with each other. What would you guys like to do?
Doc needs to patch himself up, so he's going to find a chair and sit down and open up his med lab and begin to work. Give me a moment. I need to look up med lab to see what my DC to help myself is.
All right.
While I'm
Twitch, what are you doing?
I want to check out the computer where he was working at to see if I can figure out what it was that he was trying to gather and send. I want to see if I can find any record of what he was after.
All right, so that's up there. If you want to move yourself over there, and then give me a computer check. Are you going to wait for any help?
Yeah, I'll wait for someone to help me because, yeah, just because.
Okay. So what does it look like? What is your mine's from blank? You have a toolkit, but it's called something cool that you use to hack into things and fix things. What does that look like?
Oh, it is. Are you sure I have a toolkit?
Yeah, it's called something else. It's called a
Custom rig or?
yes. It's called a custom rig.
Probably.
It's a customized toolkit you can use to hack systems and items. I vaguely remember it being like in a fanny pack type thing for you, or part of your in part of
Yes,
your
it
armor,
is.
something like that.
No, it's a fanny pack. I haven't upgraded to put it in a slot in my armor.
All right,
Shut
so
up, Belinda.
Thousands of years of technology and development. We got a fanny pack for custom rig. I like it. Sometimes the old ways are the best, right?
It's a manly fanny pack. I am a bounty hunter after all.
There's no such thing as a manly fanny pack. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
all right, so this is a 2 scale, except for the ship, obviously, of the group, going from left to right. Twitch, Loki, Orendor, Will, Doc Dade, and accompanying
Okay.
Will is Robot. Accompanying Doc Dade is Beaker.
Just so you know, my robot does not float, so it is always on the ground. Or attached to something.
Oh, I thought it hovered.
This one.
Sorry.
Not this one. This one
can fix
rolls
that.
or crawls.
Gotcha.
No problem. I just want other people to get the wrong impression.
I'll I will fix it.
No.
Anyway, so keep that up as you guys are talking. So as you're interacting with each other for the first time, keep in mind the size differences can be somewhat alarming at times. And besides the various weapons everybody has, and it actually shows that Twitch there has a utility belt with stuff on it. So there he is. All right, so you skitter on over, and
With the size of that fanny, I think the fanny pack makes sense.
Okay.
Fanny pack on that is basically a saddle.
all right, and Loki, are you gonna go help him? Are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, so I'm gonna grab him on the stream, so at least we can easily access him. There we go. All right. So let me, as soon as it loads, I know you are a technomancer, so you should have decent computer skills. You do. So you need anything, actually, even if you roll a 1, that will be 10 total, and that's what you need. So you automatically help. So keep that in the back of your mind. You will not need to ever roll computers to help to assist.
All right, so I can roll now.
Yeah, because Orendor is going to be talking, so he's otherwise engaged. Add plus. Did you add a +2?
I did.
All right, so 19. Let's see what happens. Doc, I would say just second nature to you is you are, you catalog different things, sort of like a soldier just coming back, or a detective who automatically notices things all around him and stuff. As being expert in your field, you remember that at least one of these lizard people might still be just unconscious because you remember him being zapped by a static arc pistol, as opposed to some of the other weapons that these other people are using. You think one of them might be able to be revived if you get to him soon enough. Most of them are not. Most of them were used, lethal damage was done to them, but you're pretty sure one of them out on this bottom floor that was going through the exhibits. So if you want to, just throwing that out there, you did notice that. So let's go to Orendor then. Orendor and Will, what's going on out there?
I will approach Orendor to meet you. And
So you would have small little like mug shots of everybody on the team, but that's pretty much all just their face shots type thing for like ID shots. So seeing
so
them,
I will tell him that you would be Orendor then. Orendor.
Oh, that's right. I'm Orendor. I am sorry.
I'm sorry, it's okay.
You're
We'll
forgetting.
play.
You'll look up. Midnight Syndicate, huh? You the new team member?
I guess so. Yes.
Doc's in there, and he'll point back towards the other door.
We will follow.
And he'll follow. Orendor will follow him.
very nice. Do you want them behind you or in front of you?
Orendor will be behind him.
Okay.
So I'll go inside.
And Doc's there. He's got some sort of device attached to his arm, but it's got a little flap that opens up and it's got a bunch of buttons in it, and you can see other little devices kind of sitting in little sockets that do various things. And he's taking some diagnostics, and he takes out some suture tape, and you can see that he's got a big cut in his side. He's hurt pretty bad, and he's getting ready to patch himself up. And he'll look at you and say, I don't remember getting a report of a new team member. And I'll fish out my phone and have a look at it.
And there is a new email, a new message from Midnight Corps.
Well,
Dated
looky there.
10 seconds ago.
It came in during the fight. It's time-stamped from 2 days ago. And just came into your some point, probably just before they threw up the firewall. But you've been busy, so I haven't really had time to check your messages since the alarm went off. And it's got a mugshot of the person standing in front of you, saying that they're here to replace.
Man, you can't get a decent 9G signal out here.
And it's it says he's a mechanic, and he's going to be working with the Midnight Corps 7. And it says he's worked with the Midnight Corps for about 8 months.
Oh. Welcome aboard. I'm kind of in charge, but don't expect me to give orders. Just do your thing. We'll be good. And I'm going to set about trying to make my medicine skill roll. I have a DC 25 to be able to heal myself for 3 points. If I beat it by 5, then I can add my intelligence modifier to the points
Okay,
healed as
is
well.
anybody else trained in medicine who can assist?
I think I can. Now, let me put the other glasses back on.
All right, and real quick, I did want to mention there. I don't know that I've been explaining Midnight Corps really well. It's not a perfect example, but think of sort of like a union. Because of Midnight Corps, you almost will always be paid more than you would if you were just by yourself as a group, because you have Midnight Corps backing you. You have their reputation. They have full legal team at your disposal if you need it. Those type of things. So this isn't, it's not. It's similar to like a combination of Comcast and Google. Comcast has their hands in pretty much anything having to do with entertainment, from NBC Universal to
And wait
Paramount.
till you see the pimp ass ship they gave us.
Right.
And then Google
yeah.
has their hands in everything else. So Midnight Corps has little bits here and there and everywhere. So they have the respect and the earned. It's just that they will do whatever they're paid to do. And it can be, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But then again, good and bad is all relative. So you pay for it, Midnight Corps will do it. So hopefully that
most
gives
of
a little
my-
bit better explanation of who you guys work for and what you work for. It's not this evil corporation, or they're not going to screw you in the back. You're not welcomed, and you won't get little birthday cards on your anniversary, but you're a number to them. But because they're such a huge conglomerate, it's a benefit to you. You can always leave, but it is of benefit overall, typically, for you to be part of this crew.
So I'll ask too. That looks pretty bad. Can I give you a hand? I am trained medicine.
All right. So what is your total in the total medicine?
7.
7? Okay, so yeah, so go ahead and do a roll. You just need to get better than a 10.
Does a 10 count?
It does. 10 or better, sorry. All right, so you
Okay,
have a
good.
+4. Twitch will pause for a moment. He helps you, goes back.
That will heal me. That still fell 1 point short of being able to get me an extra 4 points. But
Yeah, I need 30. Well, that's okay. Nice.
3 points is 3 points. Is anybody else hurt? No?
All right, so looking at the tracker, a couple people have a little bit of SP damage, but nobody.
I don't have anything for that.
Yeah, nobody has. Actually, no. Only Loki has 1 point of fatigue. That's all. Everybody else, I was looking at something else. So you were the only one to suffer the brunt of the attacks. Yeah, so you guys handily destroyed everybody in this building. All right, so Twitch, let's get back to you. Let me pull up the details here and see what you learn and what you need to roll. Go ahead and make a. Oh, you did 19. Okay, perfect. All right, so Will, as you walk into this inner lab, so the lab itself. There you go. In the chat, you can see all these different tools and racks, and there was a down by the little squawks, the little creature. There's a rack holding a bunch of coats, one of which is on the floor. You see there are some damaged robot arms hanging down right in front of Orndor. And as you get into this room, similar, but you see that there are different instruments and different things in this room. There's that big tube that's empty across the room to you. And there's an onion-shaped device made from porcelain and smoky crystal. It's not sitting on top of the terminal anymore. It got thrown to the floor, but it does look very out of place sitting on the floor. Go ahead and give me either a Will, go ahead and give me either a culture or a, I would say either engineering or computers check, and it's going to be a DC 13.
Hang on a second. Expand my grip here. Computers? Or what was the other option?
Engineering or culture?
They're all the same. Well, culture sucks.
All right, so you know this thing is called an Astral Transponder. You basically
Oh, an Astral Transponder.
activate it, connect it with a computer, and it will transmit a signal to a pre-programmed receiving computer anywhere on the same plane. It's a hybrid item, which means it uses technology and magic. And they are, because the signal goes through another plane, normal shielding, signal jammers, basic countermeasures like that have no effect on the transmission.
We'll pick that up off the floor.
Does not store anything. It just simply transmits.
About the size of an onion too? I mean, how big are we talking?
Is one bulk, so it's about 8 inches. 8 by 12 inches. Alright, I haven't forgotten about you, Twitch. I'm just finding these other gems of information while I'm trying to find yours.
Okay.
There's one thing I have to say about Paizo is they are not the best in organizing information.
What are you looking for?
The story.
Uh,
to
I do go to the reference manual. That's the best way to find it.
Oh, here it is. Okay, boom. Investing in the DCI network. Here we go. All right, so as you hack into this computer, you are actually hacking into the computer. So it's not something that you would normally be allowed to do. Do you want to continue what you're doing, or do you want to wait till you get permission and have like the Yusoki come help you or something?
Better to ask forgiveness than ask permission.
Yes.
Twitch, it's your call since you're doing it.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so give me another. It's going to take a total of 3 checks. Go ahead and give me another computer's roll. Again with +2.
I can assist.
Who's doing this? Sorry, is this me?
Twitch. You see Twitch over there? He's got his little, what looks to be a custom rig set up, and he's trying to hack into.
Okay. So I'll go over there and ask if he wants help too.
Sure, the more the merrier.
All right, so +17 and 23. Nice. So you have a +6 this time. Go ahead and give us that roll.
+6 or +4?
No, Loki's helping you as well. So you have 3 people helping you, so it's +6.
Woohoo! Okay.
23, getting there. So you do see that a large amount of data was copied and deleted from the data module beyond the firewall.
All right. I see a large amount, but do I know what any of it is?
Was the data? No, this is a transmitter, not a receiver, so it would not have been gathering data.
All right, so you think between the two of you, Will and Twitch, as you're looking at it and talking about it and helping each other, you think you can do. You might be able to, using either computers or mysticism, be able to figure out where the transmission was sent. As far as exactly what it was that was sent, you're not able to tell.
All right. Well, let's figure out where it got sent to.
Right. I will assist.
As will I.
And Loki will mention that all of these had that symbol. So maybe one of you want to somebody wants to check that, find out, maybe Orindor or somebody who wants to check out what that symbol means.
Yes. What kind of skills does Orindor have? I'm sure he has a mysticism skill. Let's have a closer look at it.
Yeah, he's a technomancer. Loki as well has mysticism.
I have
Look,
+6 again or a +4?
So there's
This is a
6. You have +6.
All right.
this is a
8.
symbol that we're looking at to try and figure out what its background. Take a picture of it and Google it.
I'll assist Twitch. I mean,
Yep. So if
I'll
you look at
assist
that
Loki
picture,
on this. Or not.
you see on his helmet,
I see it.
it's sort of like a bloodshot eye.
Right.
And
A
all
bunch
of
of hair in the eye.
the as you're looking out this giant paned window, you see out in the museum, you see these these bodies of these Akeshi out there. And as Loki mentions it, he says that all of them have that symbol on them somewhere.
Okay.
All right, so Orindor, yeah, you're not able to tell what's going on with this thing. You can do somebody can do it computers if they want to try to.
Just look it up on the computer. See
So,
if there's any record of that
so we're
symbol.
jumping back and forth. Orindor was checking the onion, the transponder, trying to figure out if he could find out where it was sent.
And he failed.
Looks like all the magic, the asset, his access to the weave is blocked, and he just can't figure out where it's coming from. So you might be able to do it with a computer check.
Give that a shot. The Twitch, you want to take a look at this with me? We can hack into this thing and see if where this data was sent, or where this thing's from.
All right, so it.
She is so engrossed. He is so engrossed in his work.
Yeah, he will help you, and I think he's auto. Let me check. Because she stepped away from the computer for a second. In the meantime, Doc, are you just helping, or is there other things you want to do? Yeah, she has an automatic assist.
I'm just helping.
So Twitch will automatically help. So you get a +2 from Twitch. If you're doing any kind of computers, Loki also has a 9, so +1, so he gets at least a 10. So you have +4 to computers.
That's Doc's assist.
All right, so +6.
So, how to put the +6 in here? I've forgotten on this one.
Where it says modifier, just click it and then type in 6, or use the mouse wheel to roll up or down, and it'll change it.
I don't see the word modifier.
Underneath your chat bar.
Yeah, no, I mean, oh, yeah, a second, I gotta clear it. Oh, there we go. It wasn't scrolling before. It said adjusting. Must have clicked on it. It just said adjusting. Okay, and then I roll. Where you said?
Computer, yes.
What you think? Where's
All right, so
why are my dice in the chat not showing up the same color as my actual dice?
probably because you have robot selected as an active player.
That would be it.
If you click the speech bubble, there are a couple different ways. The only way I know is the speech bubble, but I think other people do it differently, but it's one way of doing it.
You should be able to give Robot his own dice color.
I do. I just didn't realize I had robot selected.
Yeah, if you,
And
that's how I tell
they-
when I run multiple characters. I look at my dice and tell whose color it is. I forget half the time though.
Oh, okay, that's still got his dice color as black. I did this speech bubble set as active PC.
All right,
And
where is assets? Assets, poof.
still not.
Doink. This is
It's still
human.
going black. Oh, how weird.
I don't know off the top of my head.
On the top, I've got Will Robinson is the green. The row it's black. The dice color showing on my thing. It's not showing. I can't tell which one's actually active. Weird. Okay. Anyway, don't worry about it. Going on. What did we learn?
All right, give me just one more moment. There is a podcast I listen to for Starfinder. Come on. And they have a person whose sole purpose in life is a rules lawyer. So it's really nice. So they can ask him questions, and he also helps keep them honest with different things. It's pretty cool. And I say all that to say because I'm trying to do 12 different things. Now your portraits are fixed. And I close the story. Give me just a second. I'm trying to close one of the 20 windows I had open and I closed the wrong one. Here we go. All right, and just in time, Twitch helping out, you find...
They're all black. I've changed all
I
my
see it
colors and they're
green.
still all black.
I see it green on my screen.
See it green? It's all everything on my screen is black. All of your guys' colors. Everything's black.
Yeah, it might just
Every
be
roll.
a glitch.
Yeah, I saw green.
So you see
Probably
it's
texted.
they're called the Bloodshots.
Bloodshots.
Okay.
That's what that symbol is about.
Yes, it's a
Gang, a group,
local gang,
an
and
order.
you find with that role, you find out that they operate out of a junkyard in Corona called the Meltdown.
Good name for a junkyard. I like that.
And let me see what else you guys learn. All right, so with that role, you hear there's mention of somebody called Mama, M-A-M-A, as their leader. But most of them are very tight-lipped, even when they're captured and stuff. So it's not a whole lot of information. And you learn about see, that says a junkyard. They also have another place that they work. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. What are you guys doing with the bodies and stuff?
I'm not touching them. That's not our problem.
Well, I can give a call to Anticore, excuse me, Midnight Core. Have them send a team down here to sanitize. I think. This was official business, right?
No,
Oh,
we just kind of walked into this happening. We heard an alarm that wasn't supposed to be an alarm, and we just walked into it. That is not our sole purpose here.
They're staying at
but it was.
the DCI. They're staying at the Deep Cultures Institute, which is attached to the east. There's barracks and stuff in this map. And they were sleeping here when it got broke into. And they heard an alarm and then quickly shut off. And it's like, this is just a test. Ignore this. They did not. And came out and found that it was being broken into. All right, so pretty much at this point, the last thing for the second that you guys can learn about besides Meltdown is the transponder. So we still have that up in the air. Mysticism check failed. We can do a computers check to find out more information about that if you'd like.
Of course. Why not?
I will assist on that.
As will I. Give me a second.
Wow.
And
All right,
Alright, so
what am I plussing?
So I turned off line of sight in this map, by the way. So if you zoom out, you can see the layout and you guys can remember where you is. So now you're rolling computer plus.
can you resend that map too? I accidentally closed mine. I was trying to close a gazillion other windows. Thanks.
1, 2, 3 plus 8.
Plus 8?
Correct.
Okay.
Now you guys can also keep in mind you can always take 10 and you can take 20 if you ever want to. What that means is that you would take 10, it takes a minute, take 20 takes 10 minutes depending on what you're doing, or it takes 5 times the amount of time as a normal check, or I think it's 10 or 20 times the normal time. But that means instead of rolling, it's as if you rolled a 20 or it's as if you rolled a 10, but you are failing at the same time. So if you're like breaking into a computer, you don't want to take 20. But if you're just searching for information, coming up against, just not finding anything, or if you're fixing your ship, stuff like that, you can take 20 on those type of rolls, because it's okay if you fail and eventually get it right. Anyway,
Gotcha.
you got a 26. That's awesome. So that is enough. There you go. So you find that it was sent. It sent it to something called cryogenerics. So at this point, you have 2 more clues. You have cryogenerics and meltdown.
Okie dokie.
I'm down with the name Mama attached to a gang called the. Lost the gang name.
The
Bloodshots.
bloodshot.
But, yeah, there you go.
Don't forget, if you guys want to, you can open up a notes tab. Open up the notes tab under player. Open up a new note. You can click and drag this stuff right from chat. You don't have to retype it. And you can just throw it in a note if you want. That way you'll have access to it.
Have we ever heard of cryogenerics?
No, you wouldn't have heard of it, but you can research it.
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
All right, so I need a culture check or computers check.
All right, I'll take culture.
Hey. A roll.
All right, so you know that there are a lot of cooling facilities here within the bubbles that make up the burning archipelago, and there's tons of them all over the place, and you find out that cryogenerics specializes in storing temperature-sensitive gases and equipment, mostly frozen food, environmental controls, and starship coolants.
So this is officially a coolant company of some sort, but it's a front.
Correct. And you rolled the computer. Was that the computer for yourself, or are you rolling to assist, Doc?
That was for myself to research that.
Okay, you find that Meltdown Scrappers purchased cryogenerics last year. And you got +5, so you learned that several groups of security professionals has marked cryogenics as a front operation for the Bloodshots.
Like a visit to Meltdown is going to have to be an hors d'oeuvre.
All right, so what have we learned so far, guys? What is your take from what you found out and what's going on?
Well, it looks like these bloodshots were sending information to themselves.
All right, so as you're finishing up your investigation, Nib comes running in. Nib, come on. Nib is a Yusoki.
She.
And she comes running in. Oh my word! What happened? Did you see all these? Are you all right? Doc, you look hurt. Are you okay?
I'm a little hurt,
I love
but
Nib.
I'm still on this side of the dirt, so what doesn't kill you leaves scars behind.
All right. So how much of information are you going to share with Nib?
I don't see any reason not to share it all with him.
Exactly.
They. I don't know what Nib's gender is because Isoki,
It's a she.
it's hard to tell. Unless you lift up the tail, and I don't think she wants me to do that.
That's right. Yes, it's a she. She's married to what's her name, and who referred to her as her ex-wife. So she takes it in as you brief her, give her the information, and she goes over to the computer and sort of looks at Twitch for a minute and sort of slides the computer hacking equipment to the side, and then starts typing and she determines that the missing data concerns some scouting missions in the solar atmosphere around the far portal, and wasn't just copied; it was deleted. So it was removed from their database. Oh man, she sort of slams the table down. Why would they do this? This is years, the last 2 years of work. All the surveys that we've been doing. This is so frustrating. You gotta help us. Come on. And she turns around and sort of, you know, well, flitters back and forth between Twix and Doc. And come on, you gotta help us. I know we're not much. I'll talk to Midnight Corps. I know that's how you guys normally do it, but if you can help us, we're just a
We will help.
donation-funded place, but I'm sure we can come up with some credit. It's gonna take us. I don't even know if some of this information will ever be able to get back. We can't duplicate. You can't duplicate what happens on the sun. Please, if you get it back to us, I'll do what I can to see about getting a reward to you. Or ban Midnight Corps. I mean, it's so confusing.
We'll work that out later. Meanwhile, you need help, and you are a friend. We will help.
Anything for you, Nib.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I knew she was wrong about you. Okay, look. I'm gonna keep
Wait a
digging
minute.
and try to figure out what's going on here. Do you got? It sounds like you guys have a couple.
What?
I'll tell you what. Why don't you keep the transponder? I don't know what you'll use it for, but you can keep the transponder. That's probably worth a couple credits.
Okay.
So let me put that in the party sheet. And I'll tell you as I'm doing that, it's actually worth 3,500 credits if you were to buy it. Gear. Yeah, they did change the party sheet a little bit. It's now called gear instead of inventory. So threw me off for a second. All right, so you have a crap ton of stuff in here still. So if any of you want to, so open up the party sheet and look in there. Help yourself to anything that's in there if you guys want it. It's been in here long enough. Same thing with you, Will, if you want some of this stuff. I presume you guys don't care if he takes something?
He can have anything he wants. Please put some of the med patches and second skin on your inventory. That way, it will be on your inventory should I need to use it on you.
All right, Kendrick, did you hear that?
Oh, sorry. Say that again.
Jingo?
Take some of the second skin and med patches. That way you will have it on you if I need to use it on you.
Okay. Does that happen automatically? Do I need to do that?
Open up the party sheet.
I've got that open.
All right. See the little bow tie at the right hand side of each little thing? Grab that and drag it. Yep.
Just drag it into your inventory. I usually,
Not working.
sometimes I'll assign it and then distribute everything. But right now I'm trying to do a bunch of other things.
So I think my sheet is my thing is locked, so I can't adjust anything in my.
Okay, you may not be part of the actual party yet. Yeah, you're not part of the official party, so that's probably what's doing it. Give me just a moment, and I'll get that taken care of for you. I want to give out the experience first, because even though you'll have the same amount of experience, it'll be divided by 4 instead of being divided by 5. So I'm trying to give you guys more experience. All right, so officially, Will was holding it. The Astral Transponder. I don't know if you guys just want to. You can link it to the ship if you want, and then you can. So wherever you go, you can then just attach it. It takes, I think, a minute to link it with another computer, and so then it can automatically send it back to the ship if you want to do something like that. Or you can set it up to one of your comm units, however you want to do, whatever you guys want to do. Be thinking about who wants to carry it. It is one bulk, so it's, you know, it's not huge, but it's bulky, so it's going to take up a little bit of room. All right, let me get
We
the
have a new
experience.
mechanic. Let the mechanic carry it.
Carry what?
The Astral
We have
Transponder, the Onion.
Oh, okay.
All right, my next thing here is to give out your experience. Let's see what you've got. So you've got the waiting room, geology exhibits, the exhibit balcony, all done already. So it looks like all you need is
Love. All you
Endo
need
Solar
is
Science
love.
Lab
Love,
and the exhibit lab
love.
and renovation area. Let's see. All right, there's the renovation area.
Okay.
Ow, 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 ow.
Boom, there you go. 600 apiece.
Ow.
So that puts you guys at 4,301. Well more than halfway toward your 6,000. You need to get up to level 4. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and add the other two to the party sheet so you can divvy up the stuff. Did you want to do any more investigating on your 2 leads?
Mm,
Or did you? No, I think you did that already, didn't you? Let me see.
looks like it all comes full circle back around to the bloodshots. The bloodshots are at this junkyard, which is where I think we might find our stolen data.
Meltdown.
Ben, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here for the night.
All right, man. Sorry for the stuff. I'm gonna get a direction from the group, and then we're gonna be done for the night. So.
All right. Good night, everyone. It was nice
Good
meeting you,
night.
John.
Good to meet you. See you in a couple weeks.
Have a good
Terry.
night.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, yeah. So the last thing you guys need, there is one thing you haven't checked out, and that is Meltdown itself. So again, that's a culture or computers check if you want to do research on Meltdown.
I'll take a culture check.
You are easily able to determine a Meltdown is a scrapyard and recycling center, open to the public only a few days per week. And it's also listed as a pawn shop. So that's pretty much all you're able to determine with the culture check. Do we want to get a computer check?
Yes, let's do a computer check.
I'll aid.
8.
All right, and you automatically get it Loki and Orndor. So, yep, you guys both did it. So, Doc, again, with you, you don't have to ever roll for aid to computers. I know a lot of people like rolling dice. I'm just saying you don't have to because it's an automatic. Even if you roll a 1, you'll get it. So, you get a +8 to whoever is rolling it. Looks like Twitch is.
Okay. Nice. Oh my gosh.
All right, so Will, you are added to the party sheet. It looks like you were able to pull a couple things anyway, but you should now be able to grab stuff. Nice. All right, so with that, you are able. Here you go. Looks like that a human man named Charek Lupador died several years ago. Was the owner. He left the business to someone named Throsh Ved. So let me copy that and put that in chat for you. There you go.
Let's do a Google search on this Throsh vid.
And then the main computer check found out the information about the Mama Thrash. You also are able to find out with that 37 crazy roll that bloodshots are suspected of larceny, smuggling, especially vehicles and equipment that the scrapyard can recycle, quote unquote.
Okay, cool.
And most of the bloodshots are Akeshi. So for those of you who haven't figured it out, probably all of you already have, the Akeshi are known for being able to shoot blood out of their eyes. So their eyes are bloodshot. They shoot blood from their eyes. So
They're like
anyway,
horny toads.
I don't know about their sex life, but yeah.
No, horned toads can also squirt blood out of their eyes.
All right, and because this AP is nice to you guys get an extra 400 XP for figuring out all this stuff,
Sweet.
doing all the computer checks and stuff. All right, 1,000. Why did it? Oh, apparently there were a couple other things in there that I hadn't given you guys yet. So there you go. Boom. You're up to 4,501. Will, I'll fix yours. You're close to that, but not quite. Mechanic. All right, so where Kendrick had already mentioned it once. Of the two, is there any one in particular you're looking at, or you just going to be heading over to Corona? So let me give you a better map so you can understand a little bit more of what's going on as far as geography wise. Not sure where you guys got the 1 experience. That's weird, but okay. All right, so I have a bunch of, here's a map. So hopefully that'll give you a little bit better overview of what's going on right now. If you look at this as a clock, you all are in 10 o'clock, the Stella Cuna. You see it right there, it says the Deep Cultures Institute. And if you look over at 3 o'clock, you'll see at 3 o'clock is Corona. And that is where these 2 things they're talking about are. Here's a little side view of those bubble cities. There are little transports that use these electricity things, scoot along these electricity to take you between bubble to bubble. That's how you got to where you are now. It's called a line crawler, by the way. All right, so that is where we will leave it for today. Pretty much the only other thing you can do, did you want, I'll let you do a quick search of Corona. Did you want to get a heads up of what Corona is like, or do you want to wait till next time?
I think we can wait. That way it'll be fresh.
All right.
Yeah, let's wait.
Okay. So each bubble is a little different. You guys, if you remember, your ship is in Dawnshore. Then you went to Asana Town, and that's where you guys were next to that in one of the smaller little ones there. In Asana Town, then you went to the one up to like 2 o'clock above Asana Town, this one, and that's where you rescued the people, the leaders of Asana Town. And then now you guys are over here, and then you're zipping over to the Corona. There is a rich and storied history to all of these bubbles. If you ever want to care, if you ever want to know about them, I will happily share the information. I just don't want to bore people who just want to go and fight things and kill things with a data dump. But if your characters want to know, I can also show you in Fantasy Grounds how to find them. You can also write down by hand on a piece of paper the names of these things and do a Google search on that stuff. So a lot of cool stuff, a lot of nice stories. But this is where we'll leave it. Any questions before we get going?
No, sir. I notice our next game is the 2nd. I just want to make sure we are on.
Thank you for reminding me. I was going to ask, does anybody have problems with Sunday the 2nd?
No, it's a work day for me, so.
It is for me as well. All right, so it looks like we're good
Yes.
for the 2nd. Awesome, guys. Well, hey, thank you for playing with me. Welcome, Kendrick. Appreciate you jumping in.
No problem.
I think you'll be a good fit with this group.
Yes.
It's gonna be fun. It's been a long absence, almost 2 years, where I had computer issues and connection issues where I was living. And I said, screw it, I'm moving up here. Now I'm all too close to Svenzone. I'm living in the Svenzone, literally.
Nice.
So Yeah, now no connection issues at all. Got a new computer. I am good for the next 20 years or so.
You guys out in the Pacific time zone?
Yes.
I don't want to ask where you're at specifically because people
Oh
don't
no,
need
just
to.
we're out the
People don't need to know that.
far west coast of world of this world. Yeah.
Yes, I'm in that other time zone right next to the Pacific time zone.
Cool.
The
Yeah,
one
the
in the
weird
mountains.
ones, and you're in
Yes.
one of those weird places that don't do.
Central something.
No, they
I don't even
don't
know what it's
do
called.
Yeah.
Central time.
daylight savings time.
Mountain
So
time.
Yes.
so it
and
screws up.
we're the only place that is not weird. Everybody that does daylight savings time is weird because
Yeah,
nobody
there you go.
has explained to me why.
And my dad lives where there's no daylight savings. It drives me very nuts. It's like every time of year, I'm like, wait, what time of year is it? Can I call him? Can I not?
AZ?
All right, I'm gonna close out the stream. Thank you guys for hanging out. Say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye to everybody.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out if you want to see where they're going and where they've been. Go to the Using the Tubes. The links are down below and in chat. Whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day.
Have a good night.
Hey.